Welcome to Own the Chaos. The stock market is crazy and chaotic.
Oh my God, are you seeing this shit, bro? Tesla closed at 695. What the hell is going on?
Brad and Fat Man Zoom are here to help you own it.
Now with IBM getting here, I think it's just going to come more to the forefront, and people are going to get more and more eyeballs on Salesforce. Should see a really nice move.
Taking it to the suits, being relatable and hilarious.
We got D's nuts in the crew. Every
Hell
crew
yeah.
needs D's nuts. You know what D's nuts' #1 holding is? Big C.
Get ready to own the chaos in 3, 2, 1.
What's up, everybody? Brad here, Fat Man Zoom there, and
What's up?
is Own the Chaos. The stock market is crazy and chaotic. No more evident than it is today, and we made it our mission to help you own it and walk you through this process. It has been a day, Fat Man Zoom.
It has, and admittedly, I've been trying to avoid the sea of red. The title says what we're buying, and to be honest, nothing.
Nope.
I'm not buying anything.
I'm not buying anything right now. I bought Snapchat today and Spirit Air Systems.
So we're going to start the show on a lie?
Yeah, that's my bad. I did buy something today. I didn't go crazy. Let's put it that way.
So we'll get into that. We'll get into when we plan on buying, what we plan on buying. We'll get into specific tickers. But first, I want to shout out my starting five.
Let's do it.
Nate, Christina G, Johnny, Mohan, and Alina. Thank you for getting here early. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. That's the one I look at for everybody, right? No,
This is the main camera.
Okay.
We got this camera over here.
Hey.
Hi. And now we're this one over here.
Hey.
And now we're back to number 1.
All right, cool.
We'll get you straight.
Yeah, so for those of you who have never been here before, this is Only Chaos. We go live every Tuesday, Thursday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We do it around the bell because we want to see what's going on as the markets close and also get opportunities for reaction.
Yes.
Open Doors, one of the main earnings today. We'll certainly be keeping an eye on that. So we should be here till around 4:15, give or take.
Open Door and Turtle Beach.
Yes, I keep forgetting about
Turtle Beach was a stock that I put on Stockwatch Sunday, and I think it's going to be interesting. It's probably not going to matter because the rest of the market's coming down, so the reaction may not be anything. But I think it's an interesting one to watch.
Rudy Brown said, I bought Drive Shack today only because it seems like the most solid stock I own.
That's pretty scary.
Yeah, I'm glad it's good you got Drive Shack. I'm wondering what else you got in there if it's the most solid stock you own.
Yeah, what else are you holding, man?
I mean, I got a little bit of AMC, some, well, I won't say GameStop because that's up today.
Yeah, that's actually,
some of that.
Yeah.
I got a little bit of this.
Which is mind blowing. Like some of the stocks that have gotten, that have moved up, their CEOs were, and board of directors, what have you, had done the smart thing like a Royal Caribbean and issued offerings. And we've been starting to see them, which is what you should be doing when the stock goes crazy like that. Nobody seems to care. People are still buying those stocks up. Royal Caribbean was actually up this morning. Everything seems to be kind of down. It's actually red now, I think. But yeah, I mean, some of the stocks that have just continued to dilute, people continue to buy up, which is wild.
Yeah, and we'll see how, I guess one of the questions you guys may be asking yourself or asking us is, so then what tomorrow? What do you think about tomorrow and what happens overall in the market?
I'm not touching a damn thing. I'm just going to sit on my hands. I'm sure tomorrow is going to end the same way that today is going to end. It'll probably continue to be red. But there's light at the end of the tunnel here. And, the one key thing is to not fight the market and, take some opportunities to look at your portfolio. Are you over leveraged in tech? Do you need to be moving into some more companies that are related to reopening? And I don't want to say that you should be leaving tech because I'm not selling any of my tech stocks. They're just going to stay put. And I'm going to take the money that I do have and put it into some things that I think would balance out my portfolio a little bit more.
Yeah, and that's key. Right?
Yes.
Like, depending on where you are as a trader, again, people, I've said this. This is a life lesson, not just a trading lesson.
Yeah.
There's no black and white in almost anything. There's no black and white. If somebody tells you that, they're lying. Life is gray. Everything's gray. There's different ways to do things. Our job is not tell you what to do or how to do things. We really are just providing commentary and facilitating things, but really talking about what we try based on our knowledge, and that's things that always improve. So that's always important. It's like you make the decision, you hit the buy. The more information, the better. And so hopefully we're a piece of the information that you aggregate and you make a decision. But I'd be lying if it doesn't say it frustrates me when people are like, this is how you need to do it. No, there's so many factors in how you are as a trader. There's some people that are traders, investors, long-term, short-term, and they can all see success.
Yeah.
So we try to break it down from a macro perspective and just make sure you're sort of level-headed in the process.
Yeah, I mean, when and as far as that's concerned, I'm still very bullish on the market overall.
Yeah,
it's just this rotation we got to get ourselves through. It's the interest rates, and really interest rates going up is actually not a bad thing. It's actually a good sign that the economy is doing really well. We have some really strong bullish cases from like the CIO of BlackRock saying that the economy could see increases of GDP to 7%. That would be absolutely insane. Mm-hmm. And so this is just like throttling things just a little bit to kind of put everybody back in check, which I'm okay with. And so when we look at some things, it's crazy to think that as much as Goldman Sachs and some of the other banks have run, it's just getting started, I think.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. I will. There's one question. So I think it was Sean that said something about, are we just going to, here we go. Are we going to be saying the market's not crashing every week? So I think this is the counterpoint to what we've talked about, other YouTube channels that say the market is crashing every week. And so I think it's important for us to address this idea of, well, am I just going to come to Own the Chaos and then you're just going to tell me that the market's not crashing? It's okay, whatever. But my account's red and dwindling.
Yeah, but it's not there's a difference between a correction and a crash. And we're experiencing a correction. And so we're still very much in a correction. There's certain pockets of the market that you could say are crashing. Tesla, I would venture to say, is a crash. Tesla's crashing. But is the market crashing? No, not at all.
Yeah, so we talked about this, and I want to clarify sort of where I'm going about this, Sean. I think what people are meaning is that their accounts are crashing. And there's certain sectors that aren't performing as well. And so big tech is one of them. I mean, we talked about how frustrating Amazon has been.
Yeah.
And fortunately, it's not like tanking. It's kind of hanging around the same level it's always hung around, 3,000 to 3,200. But there's a lot of sell-offs. We talked about NVIDIA selling off, AMD selling off, and there's other factors, which is neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But I think what this is doing, the situation currently, why it feels like the market's crashing, is it's exposing some holes in your strategy.
Yeah.
And I'll fully admit that I was exposed to it from the perspective of we've been getting fat and happy off of tech, and tech has been something that's been selling off. I think this, we talked about this probably the past 2 weeks. We've been really vocal about, hey, look at your portfolio. It's easy for us to get to these points where we're over leveraged in certain areas. This is a good opportunity to evaluate and make sure that you're well diversified, because for the past, the last 9 months of 2020, you could just lean into tech and you'd be good. And I think that strategy is now biting some people in the ass.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we were sucking on the Tesla teat a little too much. But I want to bring some things in perspective. And that's why we were talking about balancing the portfolio a little bit more, because if we look at, I'm just going to bring up Webull here and show you, this is XLF. This is the financials industry, and this is on the monthly chart. This goes all the way back to 2008. So if you guys look here at the chart at 2007, 2008, when the financial crisis happened, essentially the financials industry has been bearish all the way up until now. We're finally breaking out in this crazy pattern that we've seen in the financials. And that's why Goldman Sachs, you're seeing Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, some of the other ones go crazy. We're finally breaking out of this resistance that we haven't seen from the financials since 2007, 2008. And I think this is actually just the beginning for it. So you look at something like Goldman, and that's why I put it on the watch list this morning for our Chaos Crew folks. And you can argue that, well, this thing has gone up like crazy over the last, several months. But you look at something like the financials as a whole, the industry, it's just getting started, in my opinion. I think Goldman Sachs, this is not Goldman Sachs. I think Goldman Sachs is one good, we talk about holding the best of the best. I think Goldman Sachs is one of the best ones you could hold if you're looking to get into the financials. I think this is just one piece of balancing that portfolio. You're looking into something that you want to get into that's not tech related, that could provide that balance. It's something like Goldman, I think, is a good one to take a look at.
Yeah. And I think off the hook, I don't know if you realize your comment kind of fell into what I'm saying. You said everyone seems down 20%, so definitely a correction. You're making my point for me. You're making my point for me, friend, which is
me.
No, off the hook.
Oh, sorry.
When you say
it didn't register that off the hook was a person.
Yeah.
Sorry, somebody in the chat who's named off the hook. Thank you.
Everyone seems down 20%. So how we define a correction has nothing to do with everyone, or you, or me. The CNBC doesn't look at Fat Man Zoom's portfolio and says Fat Man Zoom's down 30%, so we're crashing. No, we're looking at the market. So that's my point. You're making my point, which if everybody else is saying they're down, maybe they need to look at their portfolio. And that's something that you did. That's something that I've done. Even our long-term, I had to readjust. And it's not easy. It's hard. Because essentially it's getting exposed. But you need to live to fight another day. We'll be back. And so you just need to really try to think as clearly as possible. But I'll tell you this right now. While the market is open, is not the best time for you to figure things out. No. Right?
You got to have a plan.
So waiting till the day settles out. Tomorrow's going to be the same thing. Don't rush into things. I've been telling the Chaos Crew, I'm in a holding pattern right now. So I'm not in a rush to sell. And a lot of you are asking about Clover. Just to clarify, I have recommended this as one of my highest conviction stocks for a long-term play.
Yeah.
They've got some litigation issues. All over the news are litigation issues. So March 10th is a key date. Next week, March 10th will be an interesting date because they'll be presenting at a conference. So we'll see what happens then. But really the big date is April 6th. So this downtrend, did I expect it to go down this far? Absolutely not. This is incredible.
Yeah. Pretty wild.
But has it changed my conviction on the stock? No. So I'm in full position on it, but I'm not going to sell. I'm going to wait because this is a year play for me.
So Kabir, man, I freaking love you, Kabir. He says, luckily it's whole account Friday tomorrow.
Yep. Exactly.
It's a joke, people. But Don brought up a good point. I plan every night for that reason. Nothing is moving or influencing emotions. And that's really what it needs to come down to, is that you getting a hold of your emotions and figuring out, okay, what's my plan now? Do I, sit and wallow in my sorrows, or do I actually make a plan so that I can rebalance this account so it gets right side up again? And so I mentioned earlier in the show, it doesn't mean that you abandon tech. And I think that there's an important distinction between tech that's overvalued versus tech that still could end up moving and play into the recovery. And that's where things like Square, even though it's been beaten down, I think that Square is still very much a stock that could be bought up once we start to see buying return. Because it plays right into small business. It plays right into that hand of point of sale. We talked about 120,000 plus small businesses went out of business during this entire pandemic. When things start to come back and businesses start opening back up, they're going to need that point of sale, and that's where Square really comes in. We talked about social media. platforms, Snapchat, even Alphabet, aka Google. These are all going to be needed for small business to get their digital presence back. So I think that this is still going to be very much a play. And once we start to see buying return on stocks like these, those are going to be tech stocks that are also reopening plays.
Yeah. It's time for best in class.
Yes.
Like we always talk about, best in class.
Right.
Look at your specs, your spec plays, and really figure out which one's your highest convictions on and trim the other ones. We got fat and happy. Somebody, I don't know, Ron just said holding Clove still 30% down. Yes. It's my long-term account. Jesus Christ. But listen, I'm not afraid to cut things. I just talked last week about how I cut Fastly.
Yeah.
And I was looking at my specs and I was looking down. So I am not recommending anybody for the short term. I don't think before April 6th, this thing moves. But I've said this. I'll continue to say it. This is a $20 stock in my opinion. Claudia asked why. This to me, their earnings were great. I understand why there's a bearish, there's a headwind on this, but they predicted 50% growth year over year for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why. There's a bunch of other reasons, but that number one is my biggest reason why I think this is laughable, but everything, especially the specs, are getting hammered.
Yeah.
So to be clear, from a short-term perspective, you got to wait for confirmation to come back. But that's everything in tech and really speculative right now. And SPACs are getting absolutely demolished. So this is not fun. But when you really, I'll do a video on my Fat Man Zoom channel about Clover and dig into it a little bit more.
Yeah.
But when I look into it, man, I'm like, damn, I really, really, really like what this company is doing.
And that's what it comes down to, as well, I should say. Doing your due diligence and having that high conviction is going to be everything. I mean, can you imagine if we just gave in on Rocket, when everybody else was shitting on it and when it came down and we just gave into that emotion and that fear? Like, it's the same thing, but it's also important to know that you're not important to understand that you shouldn't be over leveraging anything. And so Fat Man Zoom might be down on Clover, but it's not like it's because of Clover that's the reason his account is down, right? So not one in particular stock in general is influencing your entire account portfolio.
Yeah. And that's where, I will say that I am keeping a close, I don't want to say keeping a close eye because you've seen my days. I'm like trying to stay away from the computer, but like after the market closes and doing before the market opens, it is important to continue to just watch and see what's happening right now. Yeah. Because also I'm worried about the fear as well and what happens then. So for those of you saying Clover's bouncing off of $7, just wait. I mean, listen, I'm not doing anything with Clover today. Even if you are thinking about getting into it, I would still even wait till tomorrow, see what tomorrow brings. Don't we have something going on tomorrow? Like non-farm payrolls or something tomorrow?
Non-farm payroll report is tomorrow. I would venture to guess that if non-farm payroll comes in and it is higher than expected, we probably will see another red day because interest rates will probably continue to go up. That's my theory. I see a lot of people talking about Meet Kevin. I guess he's freaking out. I don't know.
Is he?
Yeah.
I do want to be clear. I did sell. I was like, what I say, full position size plus or bonus or whatever in Clover. I was over. I did trim back a little bit to full position size. Just so I want to be clear about that. Michael Anna asked me about that. And full position size is $6,000 for people asking me. So that was the one thing I wanted to mention. I have not sold anything today. Nothing. Not one thing.
I did stop out of Teladoc today.
You did?
Once I saw it hit 200 and break through 200, it stopped out. And I was like, well, it's probably going to continue to come down. So I did stop out of that. But I wasn't terribly red in that. It was a couple $100.
Sean said Clove has bounced off of every digit below 16. That's kind of what I'm saying is like, just because it's about trying to bounce off 7, you need definitely wait for strong confirmation for that. James, yep. So anyways, a lot of stuff that's getting beat down. Guys, just continue to do due diligence, continue to be patient. And there will be a day where we are bearish on the market. We're thinking a downturn. So like that, we'll tell you when that happens. And, you know, we'll freak out when it's time to freak out.
Which is never. I saw somebody, Sean, ask, Brad, how do you manage all your different accounts? I've been doing this a long time, bruh.
Me, Kevin has 9 million in Tesla shares.
God damn. Yeah, but he's been buying for a long time. Like, he's been buying all the way
Yeah,
up.
like what's your dollar cost?
His average
Yeah,
has got to be pretty low, I would
for
imagine.
sure. Happily. Are Costco earnings today?
Costco earnings were, I thought they were yesterday. Maybe they are today.
I
Costco's
kind of want to see what happened.
I mean, you want to talk about stocks that people consider that don't consider them reopening plays, and were just purely pandemic plays. They couldn't be more wrong about Costco, or Walmart or Target. We talked about this morning with our Chaos Crew folks. Which, by the way, if you guys want to be part of the Chaos Crew, get our daily watch list along with our portfolio, our mistakes, our successes. You want to see all of that. Which, by the way, we're right most of the time. Not every time, but we're right most of the time. So you guys want to see that kind of stuff and be part of our Discord group, check out the links in the description, or you could just hit join next to subscribe and become part of the Chaos Crew. We'd love to have you guys over there. But anyways, looking at Costco, this thing has been this is insane. This is ridiculous. You want to talk about a company that has thrived through the pandemic and is going to continue to thrive out of the pandemic during a reopening? Costco's not going anywhere. So I think that this thing has done nothing but come down since the last dividend. But man, this is looking really good for a nice grab. Maybe around 312. Fat Man Zoom, what do you think?
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
I like it at 312 a lot. But I'm not sure. Are the earnings today?
I think somebody said they were today.
Yeah, they have to be, because I thought they were yesterday, but I don't see any kind of report on them. So.
Yep.
But I mean, this is a pure example of people considering it not a reopening play, and I don't think you could be further from the truth. I just think that this is going to be good. The Walmart too. I'm going to look at and show you guys Walmart. Same thing. You know, Walmart came out in the earnings and said they're spending capital to reinvest into their company. People poo-pooed on that. I'm like, are you kidding me? I think that using your capital to reinvest in your company to make it a better company, that's a great thing. And usually people actually reward that sort of thing. But, I think that it's worth giving Walmart the benefit of the doubt here. And I think that they're not just a pandemic play, but also a reopening play. And we talked about this months ago when the reopening does happen, that these companies should be evaluated higher. And I think that they should be. I still stick to that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And, time in the market, Costco is one of those stocks, man.
Yeah.
I mean, the ones you said, I would absolutely
Target.
agree with.
Target too.
Yep. We feel good about all those. Tesla around 620. Did it go below 600 today? Came hella close. Looks like it went right to 600.
Honestly, I just saw Tesla was red and didn't even look. It did almost
600 on the dot.
Yeah,
that's wild.
that is pretty wild.
Woo! Damn, that's tough.
Close. It was close.
My God.
Damn. 600 on the dot. Yep. Look at that. That's crazy.
Now, is Tesla considered in the tech sector or consumer cyclical auto?
Nobody really has a clear answer as far as that's concerned because they're involved in so many other things. And this is the point that I also brought up as far as Tesla was concerned and why I'm not too worried about it and not shocked that it's Tesla does this for starters. You're going to see this sea of red from Tesla and all of a sudden it explodes. Not to say that this is going to be the same story or that past history is going to predict future events, as they say. However, we've talked about how energy is going to do extremely well the last half of this year, and it already has started to move. Tesla is also involved in energy, and people kind of like overlook that fact that Tesla has more going on than vehicles, and so it's hard to determine what sector it actually belongs in. Most people do lump it into tech, and that's why it's probably taken as big of a hit as it has.
What would it take for you to sell Tesla?
Nothing.
Really? Like legitimately?
You want to talk about high conviction on a company?
Yeah.
It's I mean, Tesla's something that I'll hold till I'm dead.
But now you have it in your long-term account and you have it in your short-term account.
Yeah, I'll hold them both. I don't care.
So short-term account?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to sell it here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel the same way. I like, they're such an incredible company. I'm not, if I had cash, I wouldn't add right now.
Yeah.
I'm holding.
Right.
Like, I don't know what I would say right now I would add to or buy right now. Like, I don't think there's any reason for me to feel like I need to be spending money, but we've talked about the confirmation, waiting for that. We'll see.
Jeff chiming in on the diamond hands. Diamond hands on Tesla for sure.
Don's adding at 5:30 for
5:30. I mean, hey,
Tesla.
If it comes to 5:30,
find some money.
me too. Yeah, like
Well, he added to 652. That was
scrounge
the
under
one
the
we were looking
couch.
for.
I added just at like 670. That was the last time I added.
So Don, I thought you bought it at 650. Did you stop out of that? Did he stop out?
I'm sure he did.
Steve King, I can't see Tesla going below 500. I just don't see it. Didn't we say that about like 800 and 700 and 600?
I don't know if I ever said that about 800.
Yeah, it feels like every $50 level.
Yeah.
But I think what we've learned is, we can see. You should be able to see it below any number.
Yeah, I mean, we can look at the chart here real quick. I actually have Tesla pulled
I
up
mean,
right
it was 1,000% move, right?
800%
800%.
in 10 months. In 10 months. So, I mean, it is what it is. Kathy Wood's getting a lot of shit right now because, like, you know, she added so much to Tesla and Palantir. She's added to every single day this week.
Talk about diamond hands, and Kathy got them diamond hands.
And Kathy does have 565. I think is in it could be a possibility for Tesla. It's a possibility.
Yeah.
And then if it doesn't hold that, 500 on the dot's probably the next stop for it.
I think we're just learning that when we're fat and happy again, let's not start convincing ourselves that things aren't able to happen.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
I mean, the euphoria it definitely takes over a lot of times.
yeah, exactly. Man, 550. Please.
There's the other thing too, you know, like people that saw Tesla go to 800 before the split and were like, oh, this is going back to zero.
Yeah.
You know, like the Tesla Q people.
Yeah.
So like there is the other side of that. Like Tesla's not going to zero.
Yes. Yeah.
But, you know, so we're trying to find some middle ground between the two extremes.
Yeah. So Don did stop out, but he has puts now. He's in puts. So
On
he's
Tesla?
making money.
Yeah, of course
He's
is.
still in his but it is in his long-term investing account.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify. Malcolm also says Drive Shack is probably the most solid stock I have. What's going on in this world?
Guys, do you watch this channel? I'm just curious.
I mean, I will say it is holding up rather nicely.
So's GameStop.
Well, everything else is. Don't you ever compare Drive
I'm not.
Shack
I'm
and
just saying
GameStop
that is
ever.
also holding up well.
It's going out.
I thought I was the one that gets triggered by GameStop.
Yeah, you do too. Well, I'm not. I don't get triggered by GameStop. I get triggered by negative talk on my boo Drive Shack.
I love me some Drive Shack.
Valuation is the key. Earnings matter. We'll see. Markets are closed.
Damn, that was a quick half hour.
Yeah. Can I just make a general point while we pull up, I guess, Open Door and Costco?
Yeah.
Let's look at Kathy Wood.
Let's look at her.
I'm gonna make a declaration because I'm not like a day trader.
Right.
We know I'm not a day trader.
Neither one of us are.
And I tend to lean more towards like longer term investing.
Yeah.
I do short-term stuff. Don't get me wrong. But people have such high conviction in Cathie Wood. But like, I don't know if this is a good example. I'm just going to say it. It might be stupid. But I was thinking about Cathie Wood and I was like, you know what? Cathie Wood is dollar cost averaging right now.
Yes.
She's not freaking out. She's not selling her Tesla. She's not selling her whatever, right? Palantir, Square,
Right.
whatever. Should we be looking at our accounts as ETFs? That percentages go up and down. They fluctuate based on our conviction. So Tesla's our highest conviction stock.
Yeah.
Right. So she loads up on that. We see her adding to Zoom. She's into a lot of stuff we're in, and
Yeah.
she's very tech heavy.
Yes.
She doesn't give a shit what happens the next days, weeks.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
It's really months, years.
Yeah.
Is really what she's looking at and positioning herself. So should we be looking at our stuff like ETFs? Like, all right, we've talked about this. Like, what is my exposure? What am I adding to? What am I high conviction on?
Yeah.
Like,
It depends on what your time horizons are. Are you in this game for the short term? Are you in it for the long term? What are you trying to accomplish? And if you're a trader like yourself, where you're mostly long term, then yeah, I would say that that's probably a good way to look at it. You know, if you're getting into something, you're looking at something 12 months out plus, correct?
yes and no. I mean, I in my swing trade account.
In large part, I would say. In large part.
Yeah. Like so here's how I look at it. I want to be in stocks that if they go down, I'm okay holding on. I'm okay adding and
Yes.
holding on to it for
Yeah.
up to a year. Now,
Right.
I don't want to hold it for a year, but I'm okay holding on to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's the stocks I want to be in. And I'm not saying that's a strategy for everybody, to be clear.
Right.
That's a strategy for me because I got other shit going on.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to play the game of trying to time the bottom and the top. I want to look at a stock. I look at it as if I'm like mini Shark Tank and they want my money.
Right.
And am I comfortable in investing this money? And so that's how I look at it. Am I getting a deal on a company and am I on board with it? If I had connections with Clover and they're like, hey, we want you to be an investor. This is how much our company is valued. It's dropped 50% or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I'd be like, hell yeah. And if it dropped 50 more percent, if I was in real life invested in it, I wouldn't run back to them and be like, hey guys, can I get my money back? Investors don't do that unless they don't believe in the company anymore.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Like buy me out. I
Right.
don't want you to buy me out.
Yeah.
So yeah, in that respect, I do lean more towards long term.
And so in that regard, then yeah, I would say that you should probably have more along the lines of a mindset that Cathie Wood has. If you're going into something and you see the potential in it longer term,
Yeah.
then yeah, that's how you manage it. And if it gives you an opportunity to average down, take the gift that's given to you.
Don makes a great point. Your time frame needs to match your trade as well. Most of these guys are holding long term, but looking at the 5 minute. That's
Yeah.
a great point as well.
100%.
It needs to be reflective. You could look at the 5 minute in the day if you're around a support, you're looking at entry, whatever.
Yeah.
But really, that's a great point. Like I
Really-
start
really
with the
great point.
daily. I'm looking at the daily. I rarely look at anything else unless I'm about to get in or get out and it's like go time. I'll square it down. But yeah, and now when I'm thinking about trades, I'm thinking about in the next couple of days when I'm going to make a trade, not today.
Yeah.
Not in the day I'm in.
Yeah, I mean, and you look at like the S&P. This is a SPY ETF, S&P. We're looking at this over just the last year, and you can even just over the last year, we've had down days, and we've had great days, but overall, the trend has just been going straight up. Essentially, you're going to have days that aren't good, and you're even going to have a stretch of days that aren't good. When you look back in September, October, that sucked a lot. And then it started to make its move back up. But even if we go back out, let's just go out to like a monthly chart and look at this. Look at this monthly chart. And we're going all the way back to 2009. We've been in a bull market for the last decade.
Yeah.
The last decade. So the last couple of days is not going to make or break anybody. It shouldn't make or break anybody. Even if you're just getting into the market, you have to take a bird's eye view of this and look at it the big picture. And we've been in a bull market for the last 10 years. We're still in a bull market. You just got to learn how to shift where your money's going and learn how to balance that account a little bit better if you feel like you're having some trouble.
Yeah. And who even remembers last September, October?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's a good point, Jeff.
Yeah. I did want to say, yeah, off the hook. I agree unless you are day trading. That's what I said. I wasn't
Right.
talking about day trading.
Yeah.
Day trading is a different story, and this
Yeah.
channel isn't about day trading.
Yeah.
So, yes, you're right.
Costco is up slightly after hours.
Is Open Door doing anything?
Claudia says September, October was a big correction, but not as much as this. That's actually not true. You want to go back and look at it. We're right around the same type of correction. What were you asking?
Open Door.
Open Door is up 8% after hours. 8.5%.
You know who's laughing? Mm-hmm. Warren Buffett. Just saying. All you guys are talking shit.
Old man Warren coming back out.
He's back.
Yeah. Claudia, yes, really. It's just that this correction's happened in a much shorter period of time than September, October. So, but it's about the same.
Nothing yet on Open Door.
Yeah, it is up, pulling back a little bit. Still up 6.5%.
All right.
Tesla's up 0.2%. Let's roll.
Let's
Time
go.
to go. Buy the F and dip. Let's
Yeah.
go. Woo, woo, woo. I don't know what that was. Hold on. I guess that was the joke.
We push random buttons. Like, I don't know what any of these are. Brad knows,
Fat
but I
Man
don't.
Zoom needs to run the board. It should just let you run the board.
Yeah, that was good. Do it again.
Tesla's running. We're up 0.2%.
Let's go.
Well, Lottie frickin' dog!
That's a new one? How you know this?
That's an old one. That's an oldie but a goodie.
Oh, nice. All right.
Oh, God.
Hold on to your butt.
All right. All right. Looks like Open Door is in. Looks like they reported a loss of 49 cents a share. Hold on. Let me pull up. I don't have their numbers at hand.
Tesla's up 0.2%.
I'm rich, bitch!
Let's go.
Juan Hernandez says, off topic, but you all always do a great job. Love your platform. Thanks, bro. Appreciate you. We're here when it's good. We're here when it's bad. We're always just here.
Just a note. Here are a couple things that I'm seeing on Twitterverse about Open Door. Tripled inventory balance at year end, generated 15.4 gross profit margins.
Damn.
Announced planned doubling of footprint to 42 markets during the course of 2021. Nothing else really crazy. What were their? Hold on, let me just pull up real quick what their estimates were.
What was life like before Own the Chaos? It was
Is this right?
probably chaotic, Claudia. Just a lot of people saying Clover's up after hours.
What is it up? 50 cents?
5%.
It was up. Wasn't it up yesterday or no? Did
No.
it go
No.
yesterday after hours? It didn't pop up.
Nope. Actually,
It dropped.
yeah.
Okay.
Look at that. It
We're
is
looking
moving
for
up.
a 10.
We got some news. It's up 8% right now.
All right.
I got no news. Somebody find me some news on that.
Open Door looks like it's up 6%. Is that right?
5% right now, yeah.
Okay.
Costco is still just chilling. I don't think we got numbers out on that yet. Costco's always slow to get their numbers out.
Open Door down 15% today. Now up 6% after hours.
What are we? Is this a golf tourney now?
I thought it was like a movie. Open Door.
Oh, in a world where Open Door was down 15%.
The market's burning down.
I wish I had a voice like a voiceover like that. That would be awesome.
Yeah. We should do that as a video.
We should
In a
do-
world where the entire market is burning down, and you're selling your kids just to buy more Tesla shares, the shirt off your back, and you don't know how to tell your wife you've lost all your savings.
You just mortgaged the house.
Open
on
doors up
GameStop.
6%. But wait, there's more.
Oh my God.
In a world where Don Fran beats Fat Man Zoom at golf,
Brian Nelson. Brad, why did you say you were buying so much on Twitter yesterday and now you're saying you aren't buying? I did buy a shit ton of stocks, Brian. And I know that you're a troll. And that's okay because we love you too. We love our trolls.
Troll be hungry.
I bought a lot of shit yesterday, admittedly so. I bought like $10,000 worth of stuff. Okay? I'm not buying today. Shit keeps going down.
Hey, do we need a suicide watch on Kevin? How's he doing? How's me Kevin doing? You all right, bruh?
I haven't been able to look. But
Break that line.
how's that Tesla doing on me, Kevin?
Break that line.
I would love to like just have a conversation with them.
A little coffee talk or something?
That's Graham.
Oh.
But they're all together now. They all got a show together. Old Jeremy, Andrew, Kevin, and the other guy.
They drink coffee.
Yeah.
We drink booze. And by we, I mean you.
Yes. I drink for both of us.
There's no coffee here. We only have alcohol. Literally.
Yes, that's true. That's a true story.
If you wanted a cup of coffee in our studio, you could not get one. However, if you wanted wine, you can get it. If you wanted dark liquor, you can get it. If you wanted light liquor, if you want beer, it's all there.
Don said I tried reaching out to Kevin, but I'm just a peasant. Yeah, us too.
Bro, you missed my Don joke. You didn't even acknowledge it. I said, in a world where Don Fran beats Fat Man Zoom at golf. No, that never happens.
That went way over my head. But yeah, that's hilarious. Or ping pong. Ain't nobody beat me at ping pong.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. Who is Kevin? He's just a YouTube personality that invested in a shit ton of Tesla.
1.5 million subscribers. No big deal.
Yeah.
Just a small channel.
We didn't touch on Buzz. Let's just touch on
Yeah,
Buzz.
yeah,
I
yeah,
said
I
I was
forgot
getting in and I didn't get in.
Yep.
Sorry, guys.
We did not get in. Well, I mean, look.
I was
Because
going to get in for fun.
if the market wasn't taking a shit, probably would have. But I mean, it came down to $23.
It immediately went down.
Yeah.
Buzz, social sentiment stock. There's still a lot to be learned about this. A lot to be learned about how the algorithm works. But here's what we do know. Dave Portnoy partnered with a group of guys who created an algorithm that's been around for about 5 years. We did a whole video on it yesterday. Watch the video. But it's an ETF.
Yeah.
And it launched today. It is down. But we were just talking about it because I was thinking about the hype, whatever.
Yeah.
I will say I respect Dave Portnoy. I don't bet against Dave Portnoy, period. So that doesn't mean, so I'm not going to short this, but the point is I don't need to get in, but I'm telling you, I don't bet against this guy.
Yeah.
And what I really liked that he said was he mentioned if his shareholders don't make money,
Yes.
he will donate all the money that's made. So these ETFs have an expense ratio. It's essentially like a commission. And that's how they get paid. He said, we're not going to take a dime of that. We're going to donate it if you're not making money, which I love that he did that. It's finally people that put their money where their mouth is.
Well, it all started with Ross Gerber.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like how he still makes money even though his clients lose money. And he's like, fuck that, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
So I respect the hell out of that.
Yeah. So by no means do we recommend you getting into this? Do we think this is something that's going to be a huge mover? No, none of that.
Yeah.
But what I did say this made sense for is the people that are loyalist to Dave Portnoy and Barstool Sports, and instead of them getting into dumb things like GameStop, this would be a better avenue to take.
Right.
You don't want to actively invest. You don't want to research. You want to take your buddy's opinion. Instead of taking your buddy's opinion, just invest in this ETF. And I know some people were thinking like the algorithm, like it's going to be late to the game. Obviously, they're aware that possibility. It's not waiting until the explosions happen. It's trying to identify movement. So like basically a delta between no chatter and then chatter starts moving. So it's not waiting until it's GameStop's at $500. So it's trying to identify it early. And you mentioned that in a level 3 today. It was like, it was moving. Like there was chatter about GameStop. I mean, there's been chatter about GameStop for 2 years. Right. So these stocks on Twitter, Chris Camillo from Del Money. He has a book that I'm reading right now about social arb investing and Twitter and all that other stuff. He doesn't believe in technical. He doesn't believe in fundamentals. He believes in social
the internet
movement.
So and that's what Buzz is all about.
Exactly.
So getting back to earnings, looks like here ticker symbol here, Turtle Beach came out with earnings and they beat, but it's down 1.5%. Costco is also down slightly, about 0.5%. It looks like those earnings came in as well. I saw some people in the chat. If you want to pull that up, Batman Zoom. So let me go ahead and bring the chart here. So Turtle Beach down 1.5%. Nothing too crazy.
Hey, can I give you
what's up?
Can I give you the full Open Door numbers?
Yeah.
Estimated earnings per share were a loss of $1.11. It came in at a loss of $1.49. Revenue was, it looks like $1.26 billion versus $248 last year. I don't know what the guide was, but it looks like huge revenue increase year over year. Revenue moving forward. That can't be. I guess. Oh, that's the year. I guess I don't know. Whatever. Sorry. Guidance. They gave guidance. $625 million. They actually initially anticipated $474. So looks pretty good.
The
other one is
moving up
Costco.
after hours still. Clover's still up 6.5%. I don't know what the hell's going on over there. Costco, yes. Costco's flat right now, but it looks as if earnings did come out on that too.
Did they miss? Oh, so they cut guidance apparently.
Oh,
not good.
I think that's conservative, but yeah, good. They're going to surprise next quarter. I'm already calling it.
Same store sales up 13%. I'm trying to get the exact number, but looks like, I don't know if this is right, but it looks like they missed in their earnings per share. Is that right, people? Somebody help me out. It looks like they reported $2.14 and they were expecting $2.45, which is not good. Revenue slightly beat. They expected $43.81 billion. They came in almost about $900 million above that, $44.77 billion.
With a B?
B.
Damn.
43 billion versus 47 billion.
That is an insane. I mean, I know that like they missed expectations on some of that or barely beat, but that is an insane number.
Yeah, of sales, of revenue.
Yeah. Like, damn.
Yeah, man. They do the damn thing, man.
I know. Clover still up 6%. I have no idea what's going on there. Turtle Beach turned green after hours.
Praveen said Clover Health got a grant from the NIH, which is the National Institute of Health.
Right here in Maryland.
So that could be it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That works for me.
Turtle Beach.
Yes.
HEAR. You said it's, what is it doing?
It just turned green after hours. It was red, and now it went back to green.
Okay. All right, so what do we got here? I don't think. All right, here we go. They beat earnings per share. Consensus was 78 cents. They came in at 84 cents.
All right.
For fiscal year 2021, 135. $1.35 a share.
Not bad.
For the year. Yeah. Sales. Oof, jeez. So we got Costco doing billions and billions of dollars sales. They estimated consensus was 54 million. They did 88 million. So
I think I said 80. I think I said 80 something.
Did you?
Million. Yeah.
I might have wrote it down. And then
I just deleted it today.
370 million estimated sales for 2021.
That's pretty good.
That's really good.
For
That's
a
really
company that size, that's pretty good.
So we shall see.
Yep.
And we wait.
So I hope we, put you guys at ease a little bit today. As tough of a day as it was, just kind of looking at the bigger picture, giving you a broader perspective. If you're a day trader today, probably, or even just like a short-term swing trader, probably had a tough day. If you're looking at it from a longer standpoint and looking at it 6 to 12 months out, I imagine that we're going to look back at this last couple of weeks and laugh our asses off at it and be like, can you believe that we were worried about this? So hopefully we put you guys at ease a little bit and made you feel better about today. If you guys want to be a part of a community where we're in it every single day with our community, consider joining the Chaos Crew. Hit the join button next to subscribe or go check out ownthechaos.com and join the crew. It's $4.99 a month. You get a daily watch list from us, also access to our portfolios, all that good stuff, Discord, you name it. We got all that shit. So check it out. We'd love to have you guys as part of the crew. Help support us and the channel.
And in the words of the famous Aaron Rodgers, people, RELAX.
I actually thought about saying that today.
Chill out.
It's scary how like we are right now.
Relax. Relax, people. You're stressing me out.
That's going to do it for us, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. As always, we'll see you all before the bell.
I quit this bitch.
Bye.
Yeah.
Don't know what camera to look at.